Welcome into the Chiefs Report. I am your host, as always, Harrison Graham. Appreciate everybody submitting their questions for today's mailbag using hashtag Chiefs. If you want to get on our next mailbag, leave us some questions in the comments section. We'll answer as many as we can on our next Q&A show. Let's start with Smith H. The Chiefs should go get Clowney using hashtag Chiefs. Here's the problem. A couple of problems. One, yes, this would be fun as hell, but two, he just wants more money than the Chiefs can give and really than any team wants to give. Reportedly still wants 17-ish million, if not more, per season on a deal. Chiefs only have about 11 million in cap space. Now, I'm done doubting Brett Veach to make stuff like this work. He's made it work all off season. So if the Chiefs wanted to pay him $17 million and bring him on board, I have no doubts that they could do that. I just don't think that they're going to do that because A, the Chiefs have enough already. They're loaded, especially on offense, but pretty good defense as well. And B, they just don't need to be giving that much money when, next year's cap is somewhat in doubt, due to all the coronavirus stuff. Clowney's clearly the best free agent still available, and he would be fun as hell on this defense. If he was willing to come in for 10 or 12 million, kind of a reduced contract, and you pitch him on, hey, like come win a Super Bowl, and you can line up next to Chris Jones and Frank Clark and these dudes. Could you imagine this front with Clark and Clowney coming off the edge? You have Pennel, Nnadi, and Chris Jones. Obviously, Pennell's going to miss a couple of games with the suspension, but you work in guys like Khalen, Saunders as well. You got your linebackers. That would be a fun group to get after the quarterback. Rotate in Alex Okafor. It would be fun, but the Chiefs are not going to pay him top dollar. He would have to take a significant price reduction than what he seems to be willing to do as of now. So should the Chiefs sign Jadeveon Clowney? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I'm going to type my N for no unless he's willing to take a lot less money. Next up on our Chiefs mailbag is Blake123. Should the Chiefs bring in Earl Thomas? Well, Blake, I actually broke this down at length earlier this week on the channel. You can go check that out. It's just another reason to get subscribed to the Chiefs Report. I broke this down for like 8-10 minutes a couple of days. Should the Chiefs sign Earl Thomas? I am in the camp that they should not. I give you my reasons on that video, so subscribe, turn on notifications, check that breakdown of that idea down on the channel. I just don't think it's a good idea. I don't want to give the whole video away, so go check it out, but I am not in the camp of bringing in Earl Thomas. Subscribe to the channel. It's 100% free. Turn on notifications so you never miss videos like that Earl Thomas breakdown, the idea of bringing him in. I'm just not on board, so go ahead and subscribe. And look, Earl Thomas is a great player. I have no, I'm not going to sit here and say he's not. He is. He's probably going to the Hall of Fame one day. Like, he is that good, but I just don't think the way he's acted in recent weeks, months, and quite frankly a couple of years now warrants bringing him into a locker room that's already really strong and already ready to win another Super Bowl because most of the key players are back. Think about what he's done since the end of 2017. He's with the Seahawks. They beat the Cowboys in a critical game, and after that game, he begs Jason Garrett to come sign him. Then he flips off Pete Carroll after that, or the next season when they couldn't work out a contract negotiation, flips him off when he's getting carted off the field after an injury. Then, he signs with Baltimore, has this weird orgy incident with his brother, and then his wife puts him at gunpoint. That happened. And then, he's missing meetings. He's showing up late. Teammates aren't getting along with him. He punches Chuck Clark, and the Ravens, who are trying to win a Super Bowl, were like, get the hell out of here. So I don't think it's a good idea. I would not sign Earl Thomas. But I'll leave it to you guys, and I'll make this the pinned comment on today's video. Pick a free agent to sign. Type JC for Jadeveon Clowney. Type ET for Earl Thomas. Pinned comments at the top of the comment section. You guys can reply right there. Ryan Carr next up. Do you anticipate the workload Washington may command DeAndre Washington to take away the possibility of a Kareem-esque rookie performance from Clyde? Obviously, he's talking about Kareem Hunt, leading the NFL in rushing with over 1,300 yards a few years ago. A couple of things you got to remember, Ryan. That was the Alex Smith offense. Mahomes wasn't here yet, so that team was running the football more. So that in itself is a reason why Clyde Edwards-Helaire is very unlikely to rush for 1,400 yards. I don't necessarily think the rotation led by DeAndre Washington behind Edwards-Helaire is why he won't have that type of an impact. I just don't think the Chiefs will run the football enough for that to happen. I think that DeAndre Washington will have a role in this football team, and he'll take some snaps away, but it's not going to be a major reason why Clyde Edwards-Helaire doesn't, challenge for the league rushing title. That's because they want Patrick Mahomes throwing the football. And why wouldn't they? Because this Chiefs offense goes as Patrick Mahomes in the passing game goes. Now, I'm pumped for Edwards-Helaire in this system. I think he can be a 1,000-yard rusher potentially. I don't know if he'll get there as a rookie, but I think he's got a chance. But I think even more than anything, the way he's going to fit in as a receiver in this offense coming out of the backfield, that's what I'm excited about. That's what Andy Reid's excited about. That's why he compares him to Brian Westbrook and thinks he has more upside than him back in his Philadelphia days. That is what you need to be looking forward to. Don't worry about if he can rush for 1,400 yards. Just be excited for him and the rest of these running backs. You should also be excited about and take advantage of this deal, this Stronger Together t-shirt and hoodies we've got for you guys at chatsports.com/KC Strong. We're always stronger when we're together, when we unify. That is how things work in this great country. Get a shirt, get a hoodie. They're on sale. Chatsports.com/KC Strong. It's high quality gear as well. Get yourself a new shirt or hoodie for the 2020 NFL season. I'll put that link in the comments and in the description. Avery Fleming is up next. Who will have the biggest impact? More running back talk here outside of Edwards-Helaire, Darwin Thompson, Darrell Williams, or DeAndre Washington. So let's just compare these guys side by side based on what they did last year. And I'll just do touches. I won't focus on rushing versus receiving. This is total yards and total touches and total touchdowns. Washington obviously had the biggest impact last year playing for the Oakland Raiders, now the Las Vegas Raiders. And I do think he will likely be RB2. But Darrell Williams and Darwin Thompson are getting chances in training camp. And if they both make the team, will get chances in the 2020 NFL season. I think Washington has the best chance to be RB2. He's got that familiarity with Patrick Mahomes back in their days at Texas Tech together, and he's a vet. He's been around. He's a quality rotation running back. I like Darrell Williams. I like Darwin Thompson, but I do think DeAndre Washington has the best chance to be running back too. But I'll let you guys decide who will be the backup or really just the number 2 guy in this stable behind Clyde Edwards-Helaire, type 1 for DeAndre Washington, type 2 for Darrell Williams, or type 3 for Darwin Thompson. Go ahead and let me know in the comments section. Colin Weisenborn here, and I believe this is the last question. With the Pennel suspension, who on the Chiefs can play his role? I don't see Saunders as the same type of player. So yes, Mike Pennel has been suspended for the first 2 weeks of the season. He'll miss games against the Chargers and against the Texans. If I'm looking at this depth chart, though, obviously Chris Jones is still going to be in there, but he's more of a pass rushing guy. He's underrated against the run, but he's not that nose tackle type. Obviously, it's Derrick, Nnadi, and Khalen Saunders, right? Those are the 2 guys who need to step up against the run. Nnadi's, he's a vet. He's pretty good. Saunders, I thought, got better and better as the year went on last year. Toward the end of the season, you could tell he was finally starting to put it all together. So I think the first couple of weeks will be opportunities for him to show that he can be a reliable piece on this defensive line. I'll let you guys vote. Who do you guys think the better defensive tackle is? Type DN for Derrick Nnadi, type KS for Khalen Saunders. I do think it's Derrick Nnadi, at least as of now. Been around, more proven. Khalen Saunders, though, I like his upside. I like his athleticism, and I like what I saw the last month of the season last year. So I think he can get to that level, but obviously, against just purely the run, Mike Pennel will be missed for a couple of games. Luckily, the Texans, not a big-time running team. Chargers, no Melvin Gordon anymore. Austin Eckler, that's not really his game. So I think that they'll be fine the first couple of weeks, and then they get Pennel back for week 3, which will be critical because the Baltimore Ravens are probably the best rushing attack in the NFL. So look for Khalen Saunders, look for Derrick Nnadi to step up and take on that role in those key rushing situations. But luckily, a 2-game suspension for Pennel, not a major impact overall. I think that will be just fine if they are the Kansas City Chiefs. I would have been more worried if it was a 4-game suspension, but since it's just a 2-game suspension, I think in the end the Chiefs will be able to manage that just fine. Before we sign off, just want to remind you guys of this Stronger Together collection. You can get t-shirts, you can get hoodies at chatsports.com/KC Strong. They're on sale. It goes to a good cost. Go ahead and click on that link. It'll be in the comments. It'll be in the description. It'll get cold sooner rather than later in Kansas City, and there are fans at Arrowhead this year, so why not get a hoodie while you can? Chatsports.com/KC Strong.